hope we haven't got an echo on this, do let me know if there's any issues like that. If you hang around a while longer, I've got some free EGX skin keys to give away, so I'll show them to you in just a bit. Unfortunately, the only way I can actually give them away is to hold the key up to the camera, so it's going to be very much first come, first serve, get it to that. There's no idea there, that's just an echo. Okay, how about now? Does it still have an echo now? I don't know what it is space now. I think that's better now, is it? Okay. Let's get on there.
Fixed it. Fixed the echo. On OBS, it was taking a feed from the microphone and feeding it through the camera. Right, I fixed it here as well. So that's that one. And then see, that one's alright. Save that. Yeah. Okay. Right, give that a crack.
Okay. Okay, perhaps we fixed it this time. How's that now? Louder. Okay.
Just on here. Just click up. Oh no, that's. Change the settings as we had done.
There we go. How's that? Should be able to hear them now, I hope. There we go. Great. Good news. Right, let's get to it then.
There we go.
Yeah.
How are we? Are we alright?
Yeah, we're good. We're good to go.
Are we good? Yeah, have it just by your chin there.
Yeah, there we go. How's that? Yeah. Brilliant.
Are we good?
Looks like it.
Yeah.
Great. Right then, let's just get back to it. We're just getting a few feedback loops, but we've got it fixed now, so yeah. As I was saying, we're out here in a nebula right near the galactic core. Sagittarius A, the supermassive black hole that exists, is about here. I'm about 2,000 light years or so past that, and about 30,000 light years from home, 30,000 light years from Earth. I did show that briefly just now, but I'll show it again just so you can see my current location.
All tips made payable for twitch.tv/Mike Sursa. There you go.
Hope you heard that. Send your checks this way. 30,000 light years there from home. Oh, there was Simon. You missed that earlier on. I can say it now though. Hi guys and girls. This is Elite Dangerous live from EGX. That was that. So what we're doing here then today is flying around in this system here, but I've got there we go. I've got slightly different mappings on this particular setup, so
excuse me if it takes me a few mispresses to get to the things I want. So, I'm looking for Earth-likes, I'm looking for black holes and other things like that, all the nice things. Nothing in this system. What I'm going to do is just jump across to the next system for the moment. Just do a small little 1 light year jump and go from there. So I take it everyone was watching the stream yesterday with all the announcements. Looking forward to bringing some vehicles out here into deep space and get down to some of the surfaces and land here. Yeah, you won't be disappointed, Thomas. Sagittarius A is well worth the trip too. Just to be a bit careful when you get near it, because if you get a little bit too close, you can overheat if you crash into it. Most of the black holes now don't actually cause any overheating, but Sagittarius A is one of the exceptions to that. So I don't need much fuel scoop in here because it was only a 1 light year jump. Yeah, I hope I won't press self-destruct by accident. That won't be much fun, would it? It's pretty much what happened on one of my other live streams. So I'm going to have a look at what we got here. Let's have a look at this system. So we got gas giants here. That's not really what I'm looking for, so we'll exit out of that and have another jump. So what I want to show you are some areas of significant colour. You can see where we are here. You can't see that easy actually because of all the navigation lines, but I'm in a very dark region of space here, which is why the background when we're flying around is actually quite dark. So what we can do is I'm going to move over to an area like this so we can see the blue regions of space, and I'm just going to zoom in there. Any one of these will probably do. See if we can do it in a single jump. So around about 30 light years or so, is probably a little bit much there. One of these, that'll do it. Let's go there. The objective, Simon, is I want to show you some nebula because a lot of people don't get to see them. A lot of people play in local space, so this is the sort of thing they don't normally get to see. But I'm also hoping to find some valuable planets such as Earth-likes, water worlds, and maybe a black hole if we're lucky. Yes, Neil, all these things are going to look wonderful from the planet's surface. So I want to be at a mountain range or a crater, in a deep crater, and look up at night sky that has vivid nebula colours like this one, bright reds or bright blues with all these thousands of stars. That's the sort of thing I'm looking forward to. Even better, doing that in VR. So just jumped in here, I'm going to do another scan. Go, a bit more fuel that time, slightly longer jump. 31 planets found. Now the background here you can see is all dark. It doesn't look too much different perhaps to what you're used to seeing, but as I'm going to fly forwards, just watch how that changes as I get away from all the bright light of the star that I'm right near. This is going to start changing. We'll see more stars starting to appear in the background and the colours as well. You can probably see some blues starting to fade in just there right now, and there might get a little bit more brighter as well just as we get further out. So this is the sort of thing that you can expect to see in a nebula. This one's particularly nice I find because we've got blue colours here, we've also got other colours such as the reds and whatnot, but I'm going to have a look at the planets we found on this system map, see if there's anything we want to be taking a look at. Ah, look, looks like we've got a water world here. So water worlds are quite valuable finds because obviously they're useful for humans, if humans ever want to come out this way. Actually asked Michael Brooks and Sandro yesterday about the potential of having stations located inside nebula, because we haven't got any stations in nebula at the moment, and they said it's a possibility, and that maybe it's something we can have for a community goal at some point. So my advice on that is, if we all start asking and start shouting that we want a community goal to have a station inside a nebula, it's something that they're possible they might do. I think the more we ask, the more likely it's to happen. So let's start asking, because I will certainly want to see stations out in these sort of locations. So here we're coming up for a water world here. I don't want to go too fast. Yeah, I'd really love to see some stations in the nebula. Just reading a couple of the messages that you guys are sending through. They just all come through in one go there. Thank you, RM Page. I don't know if anyone else is aware of the channel there that he mentions. It's the YouTube videos I do, which you can all see in the video section here once the live stream's done. If you want to check them out later today or another day or whatever, you're more than welcome. I'd love you to see them. So here's their water world planet. Might be able to try and get an external shot there. So although we're not going to be able to land on these particular planets in Horizons just yet, there are hundreds and probably millions of planets that we will be able to land on, and many of those are going to have mountain ranges and craters and who knows what. Like I said, I'm looking forward to landing on them and looking up and seeing a sky like this. Should be pretty nice. Alright, give me a second, and what I want to do is I'm going to give away a couple of EGX skins. Let's swap out the game for a second and bring up a full camera. I'm going to put these codes up on screen, so it's really going to have to be the first person that types it in is going to get it, so you're going to have to be pretty quick. So camera, hopefully it's focusing there. There's one. Just going to leave that there for a couple of seconds. Hopefully I'm not crashing into anything in the game. There. Okay, that's one. I'm going to do one more, and there'll be a few more later on. There's another one. So this is about the best way I can do it for you guys at the moment. So unfortunately, you're just going to have to be as quick as you possibly can. That one's probably a little bit blurry. Hopefully you can actually read it. It doesn't seem to be focusing. Okay, you got that? Let's switch back to the game. I'll do a few more a little bit later on. I don't think so, Patrick. To be perfectly honest, I'm not sure whether these work on a PC or Xbox or both. They may work on both, as far as I know. Right, so do we want to have a look at something else in this system, or do we want to move on to another one? Let's have a look what else we got here. A couple of these actually look quite interesting, and these are probably fairly valuable. I'd imagine these metal content planets. So no Xbox paint jobs. That's worth knowing. Thanks for that. So these are high metal content planets. So these are other ones that are quite valuable. Not as valuable as water worlds, but still worth quite a bit. So I get the money from these planets by scanning the planets, as I did. You get up close to it, you do a detailed surface scan, and that gives all the information of the composition and the makeup of that particular planet. I then have to carry that data all the way back to civilized space, so nearly 30,000 light years in this case. My computer collects all that data and builds up a whole database of it. So in the end, by the time I get back, I should have many thousands of planets there. And I'll go into the stations, dock at the station, and pick up the Universal Cartographics tab, where I can sell the data. Now, if I'm the first person to bring that data back for that particular planet or that particular system, I'll also get the discovered by tag that you often see when you're travelling around. So in this case, my commander name is Granite, so I'd get discovered by Granite. My other character on my other game account is ObsidianAnt, my own YouTube name, and that would also get the discovered by ObsidianAnt tag. So in a local space, you might not get many undiscovered planets that you're available to discover, but as you travel away from inhabited space and come out here more toward the core, you'll see the density of planets is much more. So effectively it dramatically increases your chances of finding planets that are your own. In fact, out in this nebula I haven't yet found anyone else that has got other planets discovered by. I've discovered all of these. These are totally undiscovered, so it may be a case that this nebula is completely unique to me. So there we go, we can have another look at this planet briefly here. Metal content planet, got some value to it. We can see some lakes there and probably some seas as well as some mountain ranges. Nice polar caps. So we'll do that, and I've got to move on. Oh, I've got a little bit too close there to that planet, and it's forced me out of warp, which isn't really a problem. Hello there, Commander Malik. Nice to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Just got to kick it back into Super Cruise N to get away from this planet. There we go. So, has the game just crashed? Okay, apparently my account is not currently available for some reason. I don't know if that's because I don't know why that actually is. Let me try and get back out. I've just got this.
Network issue.
Network.
Is it a network issue?
My account is available. Yeah, just in now.
That could be. That's like a frontier thing. Then that's not tech on site, right?
Yeah, let me. Okay, it looks like we're getting back in here, hopefully. Just about to jump to another system there as well. Shouldn't take too long to load up. We'll know when I get to the menu, because that's where it normally says. While that's happening, let me very quickly give away another code here. Be quick, got one more coming up. That's why we wait for the menus to come up. Might be a good idea for you to take a screenshot of that or something, and be as quick as you can to get to your area where you can redeem the code. Just got one more there, because I hear the loading up in the background there, a bit blurry. There we go, it's just coming to focus. Okay, let's switch back. Yeah, it looks like we're all right. Okay. Now for real, I'm actually going to jump to another system this time. I'm going to slowly work my way around this nebula to the more vivid colour sections. So, and if I can, I'll give you a little peek towards the outskirts of the nebula, so you might get a bit of a glimpse toward the galactic core.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Okay. So, travelling away there from the planet I was just looking at, I'm going to go to the galaxy map and see if I can find us another system to go to. So, looking for an Earth-like or a water world, even Earth-like preferably. I haven't found any of them yet in this nebula. And my all-time dream planet find would be an Earth-like with a ring around it, ringed Earth-like. So you can see here, I'm still slightly in the dark region of the blue colours. I'm going to move slightly out toward the edge, so we should see it get a little bit more colourful here. There looks like a good a place as any. So just 17 light years. As we move around, you'll see that things change quite a lot. Yeah, the codes are for the EGX exclusive skins. Got a few more to give away, so I'll be popping them up in a little while. Sorry, Mike, that about the codes, but that's really the only way I'm able to give them away here. So just a case of being as quick as you possibly can. Right. Give another blast here of the Discovery scanner. We've got 27 planets this time. Now I don't usually bother scanning the sun here. You do get, or at least I don't bother doing a detailed surface scan of the sun, mainly because of the fact it takes extra time and the value's not all that high, so I'm not overly worried about that. And I'm looking for the more valuable things here, so all we've got here is some gas giants. I will drop off into a ring system in a minute so we can have a look at them, see what they look like from within a nebula, but for the moment I'm just going to keep popping out here to the other areas of the nebula. Let's try there. The codes, Michael, are for the exclusive EGX strip skins. Right, I'm just about to jump here to another one. Talking of vanity items, I really did like the trailer for the bobbleheads yesterday. I don't think the codes are case sensitive. Pretty neat to see David Braben's reaction there. He got most embarrassed when that trailer first started playing. You know, I've got to say, I thought it was a good sport of him to sit there and have that played while he's in front of the screen. Right, probably not going to get fuel from... Oh no, we are going to get fuel from this stuff. Any of you going to look at the bobbleheads? I don't know if I will, but you know, I've got to admit I missed the one that I had during beta. Constant companion there on the dashboard. So, what have we got this time? It was brilliant, wasn't it, Rob? Good spot. Really, I really thought he did, of course, there. So, we've got another water world here. You can see that water worlds are fairly common. Now, that's 400,000 light seconds away, so I'm not going to go and find out on this stream. If you want the system number, you're more than welcome to come out here and get that one yourself. That would take more time than I actually have on this stream to go and get that. You can see the system number up the top here. If any of you are in the region and you fancy finding a water world, then come along and get that one. Just leaning forward here so I can read some of the comments on the chat. I don't know, William. I'm not really sure yet how I want to make the models look. They're already all looking a lot like me at the moment with the bald head, so I'm halfway there. I know they're getting hair later, but you know, seeing all them avatars coming up and seeing them with no hair, that was quite a change. It was, I don't have to go too far to get them to look like me. So, system map. Let's see if we can find another planet here. No, Earth-like would be a great find. I'd be very pleased to find something like that. Yeah, Barnard's Loop is one of my favourite areas in the game. Absolutely wonderful location there. You've got the Barnard's New Nebula forming the huge, massive background. That's the one you can see from local space, the one that looks sort of like vaguely horseshoe shaped, and it's red in colour. As you get closer there, you've got a couple of other, well actually you've got a whole bunch of other nebula located within that region. Flake Nebula, the Orion's Loop, Orion's Nebula, a whole load of other things. Really nice area of space to go to. And it's really not that far from local space if you do want to go there. Yep. I've got to say, Tom, the Vive is absolutely brilliant with Elite Dangerous. I've got an Oculus Rift DK2 at home. I play that quite a bit with the game. In fact, it's one of my favourite ways of playing the game. I've done a few videos with that on my YouTube channel, so you can actually see what that's like. But the Vive, it's significantly better than the DK2. Now, I can't say how it actually compares to the upcoming release version of the Rift because I haven't seen that version, but the Vive itself is much better. The latency is great, and as you turn your head, it's just perfect. It really feels like you're sitting there in the cockpit. Every time I try a new version of VR, it's a huge step forward. I tried the Oculus Rift DK1, and for me, it was just a stunning experience. The DK2 was a massive jump forward, and it literally is that sort of jump forward again for the Vive. And they've actually got a great booth down here at EGX. They've got a gamer seat, basically a bucket seat that looks almost very much like a ship seat, pilot seat, and it's got the HOTAS strapped to it as well. So as you're sitting in VR, you look down to your left and right and see the throttle and stick. They're located in the game world in exactly the same place as where you place your hands. So yeah, brilliant experience. One of the best experiences actually down here so far. I also tried out the Vive on the HTC booth, where you walk around the little 5x5 room. I'll talk a bit about that another time. I'm not sure of what the final specs of the final Oculus are, William, but I'm sure someone in the chat will know. They've been released now. Don't know how much the Vive is going to be, Anna, but I've been told by fairly reliable people that we're to expect that it will be expensive. It's not going to be cheap. Whereas that's fairly contrary to what Oculus said. They've said they want to release it as cheap as possible, maybe even at cost is what they were talking about earlier. But all of them work great, both of them work great with Elite Dangerous, so if you want to try out VR, I'd say Elite is probably the best thing to give it a try with. Very nice. Probably the best VR experience I've ever tried, perhaps short of the stand-up booth there at HTC. So nothing particularly brilliant in this system. Let's keep on moving. I'm going to, like I say, move toward the edge of the core a little bit, the edge of the core, edge of this nebula, which I'm actually coming up on now, the edge. We should be able to face toward the galactic core a bit, I hope. Let's have a look at this one in. So this one here takes us just out of the nebula there, and what this will allow you to do is see what it looks like actually inside the galactic core. So the galactic core is that band of space that you can see pretty much everywhere in the galaxy. It's the bright centre that you often see pretty much no matter where you are. Currently I'm located right in the centre of that big bright orb, and you can see there's a familiar band right there in front of me, and as I turn around you can see that it's not only in front of me, it actually completely surrounds me. Now it gets a little bit faint there obviously because of the nebula, but as we pass the nebula there we can see the band continuing out the other side in a minute, and that's where you can see what I was talking about with all the different colours of the nebula there. Yeah, Trek IR's nice, and any head Trek is actually a great experience for this game.
Friendship drive charging.
Just give me a second now. Yeah, EGX is great, brilliant. A lot of nice things to see down here. As I said in a couple of videos ago, I'll be talking about a lot of the stuff down here at EGX over the coming days. So into another system then. This time I need a bit more fuel because obviously I jumped quite a lot further. This time it was close to 30 light year jump, and we'll do another scan.
Fuel skip disengaged.
Right, only one object here, so that wasn't a particularly good jump, was it? Let's keep going. Still hoping for that Earth. Like any valuable planet, it's actually a good find for an explorer. So exploration is about to undergo a massive change when Horizons is released. Not only will we be able to bring other ships out here, so if you're in an Anaconda or something large like that, you'll be able to bring out a deployable ship, which would be pretty great for nipping around the surface of these planets. The Anaconda is probably going to be fairly difficult to fly down on these planets. It's going to be brilliant actually to be able to get an Anaconda down to the surface and land it. That's something I really want to see people do, land a T9 down there, any of the large ships. But if you've got another fighter on there, you'll obviously be able to deploy that fighter and then fly it around the surface, through the canyons, down into the craters and things like that at a much faster speed. And of course there's going to be the ground buggies, which we'll also be able to deploy and drive around. And I'm really looking forward to driving up a mountain range. Driving up a mountain range, down into craters, any features, basically any surface features, doing that out here in the depths of space. So, shall we drop into a ring system here then? Let's have a look what the asteroids look like. Well, our end page, I'm not sure how it works when we're in the fighter and when deploy the ship and the ship explodes. I'm not actually sure where you go then. But if you're in your vehicle on the ground, then and if you die there, you do actually spawn back in your ship again. Just having a bit of a look here at our ship, so give you a bit of some external views of things.
This is the stage demo. This guy is streaming out on the internet at the moment.
Now you can see the planet we're just zipping by down there. So we're going to drop in and have a look at those rings. I haven't done any external shots yet, so I thought I'd do it. Yeah, if your vehicle explodes when you're down on the surface of a planet, you will spawn back in your ship again. So although you'll lose a vehicle, you're still perfectly safe. But obviously if your ship then explodes, you'll spawn back in the previous station. Now I'm kind of hoping that's how it works with deployable fighters, that if you launch the fighter and you actually choose to pilot the fighter rather than your regular ship, obviously you can deploy the fighter and leave the fighter under AI control and carry on piloting your regular ship. Or you can have the choice of deploying the fighter and flying the fighter itself and leaving your regular ship under AI control. So that would be a choice, but as to what happens when you blow up Well, I guess that's something we'll have to find out. I'll try and ask while I'm down here, and I'll let you know if I can get an answer. See what's going on in the chat. Oh, let's hope my canopy don't crack there. I just hit that a little bit too hard and took some damage. I looked away at the wrong moment there. Let's have a look at my my damage. So basically, if you crash into anything in space at too high a speed, you will cause yourself some damage, and you can see there that my modules have taken a bit of damage here. In particular, my shield's down a bit, nothing too significant. Took a bit of damage to my cargo hatch. Sensors are down a bit. Heat sinks a bit damaged. Nothing too much to worry about. Now I have got some repair modules here. I can actually enable that, and for example, I can say, alright, I want to repair my power distributor. And you'll see that will start repairing. I can repair my frameshift drive, for example, which allows me to travel faster than light. And yeah, I'll fix my fuel scoop. Now, this takes up refuel resource units. You can see that counting down, so I can only actually do a limited amount of repairs out here. What I can't do is repair. I think I've just deployed another heatsink there. I can actually switch them off because I'm going to have none left for when I want them. Let's just read the text chat here. Now I've got about 5 minutes left on the stream, at which point I'll have to drop off, and it will be the next person. Yes, Neil, there's this Neferunarifi. We will be able to land on ice rocky planets as well as ice planets. And later on we'll also be able to land on metal content planets, ones without atmospheres that is, as well as hopefully volcanic planets as well. So it's not just rocky planets by any means. Just getting closer down to this asteroid field here then. This is the one that's orbiting. Oh, about the coffin here. I haven't even been talking all that long. I'll just have a look, Simon. I don't think we can see any damage at the moment on the external view, but we should be able to see some damage at some point. Okay. So yeah, we can't see any of that damage I've just done there on the outside of the ship at all. But the tip is don't crash into the asteroids. I certainly don't plan on crashing into any of them down here anyway. I've actually got it to reverse there. There we go. Dive the ship into a volcano. Yeah, that would be interesting. We can certainly place plant the ships into the ground, Alison, so depends how far away you are when you do that. You might not want to do that when you spent hours to get into a location. So what I'm going to do is get down into this asteroid field here. We'll have a brief fly around, and then we will wrap things up for today. There we go. You can actually see that space is quite a lot brighter around these areas here than what they are when we're in the regular space, when we're in inhabited space. Here, well, basically everything looks totally different. A lot of different places in the galaxy, and it's one of the reasons I like streaming. So I think that is where we're going to leave it then. Thanks for watching, and we'll end it here. I'll catch you guys and girls next time.